All right, you guys good?
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Generational Run.
Man,
I'm
this is going to
Dylan.
be a good one.
I'm Dylan. This is Dad, and today we got a guest. This is one of my best friends, someone I consider a brother. This is my boy, Austin. Give it up for Austin, man. How you doing, Austin?
Straight legend.
You good? You ready?
Lady killer.
Yeah,
You ready to lock in?
I'm ready to lock in.
Austin, let's talk about some stuff, man. We're going to start off with some news. We got a lot of news. News is probably going to take up most of the...
yeah, man. This is
News is going to take up a lot of the pod.
crazy stuff.
Crazy week for
Yeah.
sure.
Anybody out there that's been paying attention to some of the D23 stuff and all of that, you know, all kinds of stuff rolled out. I mean, man, where do you even begin?
I don't know.
You know? I mean, where to start? You know, we'll tear down a little bit of the Doom, some movies coming out.
Right.
If you're a big guy, like I know that they rolled out, you know, Spawn, for all you McFarlane fans. Spawn's coming. Jamie Foxx is playing Owl. It's going to be good. Hopefully they'll put a little good justice on that. What other news, Dill? You got anything?
I mean, the stuff that really stuck out to me was... Now, is the Spawn thing, is that animated or is that...
No, this is all live. You need to watch the
Oh.
90s one because it was phenomenal in its own right. But now with the CGI and all the stuff that we have at our disposal, man, I know that this is going to
It'll be good.
And I've always been a Spawn guy. You know, if you were a guy like me reading comics in the 90s and stuff, you know, I mean, you got to see all the Jim Lee, all of the Rob Liefeld, all that good stuff. And then you got to see a lot of McFarlane and Spawn and a lot of his characters, man. They're just fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Loved it. Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. So I've got a spoiler on a show of someone dying. Should I just go ahead and just say
Whoa,
it?
no, I wouldn't say it. Why would you do that? Because
Well,
what if
it's one of the cartoon ones. Should we just
that's already out?
yeah,
What show is it?
X-Men 97?
Dude, no, don't say it. Because
All
some
right.
people haven't seen it.
Well, we're gonna have a moment of silence for
Said character?
this is a big character. This is one that I was talking to you that is underappreciated and super powerful in his own right, but moment of silence for his passing. And we're back. So, yeah.
I mean,
I'm not going to say nothing.
all right.
I'm not going to say nothing. You haven't
I mean,
even
I haven't even watched
you
the
haven't even
show.
started
I haven't even watched the
X-Men
show.
97. You ever watched X-Men 97?
No, I don't.
You never seen it?
Man, anyway.
I've watched
Let me
some of the older
see. What
cartoon.
else we got?
Yeah. You mean the original?
I've watched some of it.
Oh, you've watched the original X-Men 97. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
They
they
like the original X-Men 90s
Cartoon?
show, right? Way back in the day.
I've seen some episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they came out with a reboot. I mean, what, a year or so ago or something, like a couple years ago, where it's like the newer, but just the rebooted version of it, I guess. But they do like a new episode a week or something. But dang, so this person died? Are they pretty powerful?
You know who I'm talking about. We just talked about it. How he is kind of underappreciated. I'll just tell you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah,
we did talk about this?
Yeah, we just kind of been passing, you know, about how much,
Hmm.
you know, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about
but
that.
anyway,
We'll talk
yeah.
about it after.
What else was going on? D23.
Incredibles 3.
Incredibles.
Incredibles
I was
3
gonna
is
hit on the
crazy.
entire nostalgic kind of thing
Yeah.
because they got Lilo and Stitch 2, Incredibles 3.
Expendables is what you're about to say.
Expendables. How about there's already all that. But yeah, man. that
Incredibles 3.
that's gonna be so good. I will be there.
Yeah. The second one, we saw the second one on Father's Day. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember seeing it on Father's Day when
Really?
it came out. And then, so Incredibles 3, I saw like Frozen 3,
New Ice Age.
Coco 2. Oh, I'm definitely seeing the new Ice
New
Age.
Ice Age movie.
We got to go see that.
What else we got? I mean, there's just, you know, now if you haven't watched it, there's going to be another season of the new Spider-Man show, The Neighborhood, you know,
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. They showed the clip of Doc
Top
Ock,
tier.
and he
Yeah.
looks so tough.
But did you see at the end? You see who?
Oh, I didn't see at the end.
Oh man, yeah, dude.
I think I just swiped out of it once I skipped it when I saw him fighting him for a second in like some kind of ballroom
yeah,
dance thing, and then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this looks cool, and then I swiped. I didn't see
the
it was
big,
at the end
the
though.
big V. Yeah, the big V.
Who?
See him, the symbiote.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh.
and we get Daredevil back into it, and he actually has finesse with him, which was kind of like. Have you guys ever heard of finesse when you in your Daredevil
I don't think I have.
No.
Simply enough, she's like the daughter of Taskmaster, and she can do the same photo kind of brain thing where she can mimic everybody's fighting styles and stuff. But she's a good guy.
Dude, even though I don't know about these characters, I think it's so cool that they're finally bringing in obscure new characters that like deserve to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Because like even though I'm not a comics guy like as much as the next person, but like I still watch, pretty much everything brought to a screen, like movies, shows, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's cool that they're finally starting to roll out like people that we've never even like heard of,
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yep, absolutely, man.
So
what else was there?
Yeah, but just a bunch of like sequels and stuff to like our old childhood movies.
Yeah, and that's
stuff
what's,
like that.
I mean, on the nostalgia level, man, that's great. Man.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I can't wait.
I don't know about any other movies that were really.
Well, I mean, you don't want to go see it. Hayden said, "Heck no!" But I mean, the new Insidious. We've always been big.
No, I do want to go see that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I couldn't.
Hayden
maybe
said
it was
no?
Hayden said he didn't want to see it.
Wow, that's
I'm like,
crazy.
dude,
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's
we had a good run on some horror movies, man. At one point.
Insidious's reputation in recent years has not been the greatest. I think the first three were kind of good, and then they kind of fell off. But nonetheless, like I'm always good for a new
jump
scary movie, and
yeah,
I love
absolutely.
and the Insidious realm and the Conjuring realm. Regardless of what they've made, like I'll always go see those just because they're such great franchises overall. So I'm excited for that. That comes out, I guess, next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But
Did you see the preview for Vision Quest?
Yeah, I have that written down, dude. What do you think about it?
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, they show Ultron.
And they show James Spader. Like,
I don't know, dude.
Like he's like in a real world at the beginning, but then he's kind of in like this.
Is that James Spader in the beard?
I don't know. Is it? I thought it was. I don't know what he looks like now. I thought it was. I think it is.
I mean, because they show Ultron like in a human form, kind of like Paul Bettany does, from Vision to that guy. So,
oh, you mean like his vibranium form?
Yeah.
They show him in there, and then I think someone makes a remark about him being in his vibranium form, and then it kind of cuts to him as like I think human
Bearded?
James Spader.
I don't know.
I think it is.
That would be funny if.
But I watched it yesterday, and I was just like, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
I was very. The white looks cool.
Yeah.
The white looks really cool,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Have you seen that at all? That trailer for the Vision Quest thing? Did you watch that?
Watch it.
It's really like out there.
Bizarre,
and
man.
watching
I
it,
don't know.
like, I can't really tell where the climax is, like, or where something goes wrong. Like, it's just such a big mess almost. I don't know.
I think you almost have to. I don't know if it's going to be really a big standalone. It may, but you also have to really kind of. WandaVision was the same kind of thing, just kind of weird and kind of out there a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't watch that
and stuff like that.
Heard it was good,
some
though.
Star Wars news. Ryan Gosling, they got
Starfighter?
the Starfighter.
I can't believe they're doing
I don't know
that.
what that's going to be like. I mean, I don't know. I like Star Wars, but you start getting off in a lot of these tangent shows, and I might get some hate for this, but I mean, some of them are good. Most of them are,
Not good.
cruddy in my opinion and stuff. So
yeah.
but-
Well, I mean, it's the Disney stuff. We were just talking off air a second ago.
Yeah.
Disney Star Wars. You're not a big fan.
No, big fan of Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, which I don't think you're the only one. I think a lot of people kind of have a problem when Disney took the reins on all that. But I don't know. Starfighter could be cool. I think it's just, and the realm of Star Wars is just so deep where like you could take a route with anything, and just do something, make a new character or make a new movie or show with a focal point on like a new character. There's just so much depth in Star Wars, So.
Ahsoka season 2, they talked about that.
Oh, did they?
Ahsoka, that's a good show.
You like the first season?
Man, it was great.
Yeah,
because they show. I
think we've talked about that
some
a little bit
real
before.
deep lore. Yeah. But, other than that,
I've heard good things about Darth Maul show.
Oh yeah.
Have you not watched it yet?
No.
Oh man,
No,
it's great,
dude,
because
because
he's kind of like that anti. He's not a good guy, but that kind of anti-hero, kind of weird, kind of. I don't know, man. It's hard to describe, but it's good.
Yeah, it's one of the highest rating.
Man, Maul was no joke. So, yeah, you got to watch it.
We got to give you our Disney Plus or something.
Yeah.
Because you can't watch a lot of this just because you don't have it, but like we got to get that to you.
Yeah. Anybody out there that wants to throw Austin their codes to log into Disney,
drop your Disney Plus logins in the comments,
and
Austin will log into Disney Plus with one of y'all's logins. So
just send them to Austin Sex Magnet at yahoo.com.
Oh man, let's get to the big stuff. Let's get to the big stuff here. All right.
I need to stretch.
Because my opinion with what we're about to talk about has fluctuated off and on the last 2 days.
Let me wet my whistle.
The new X-Men roster has dropped. We officially have a cast lineup for the 2028 X-Men movie. Lots of questions. We don't really know how that's gonna play out with, in terms of Doomsday and all the characters they're using in Doomsday. If they're just scrapping all the Fox guys after this little reboot from Secret Wars, and then boom, now we're getting a completely new, fresh lineup. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
Is this to come out before? Have you seen dates?
It's after. Yeah.
It's after. After
May 5th, 2028.
After Secret Wars?
Yes. Secret Wars is December 27th. So the new X-Men movie comes out, 5 months later or whatever in May of 2028.
Okay. We should just go down the list real quick.
Yeah, I got the list right here.
Okay, go ahead.
You got it? All right, so obviously we got Sadie Sink as Jean Grey.
So, I'm already ruined on Jean.
Yeah.
You know what? That there was a thing. Now, I know we don't want to waste too much time on it, but I saved this, and I think this is fake. But there was a reel that got put out saying Kevin Feige introduced Jean to be just a different type of antagonist for Spider-Man, which doesn't make any sense. And then they wanted to, and then again, it said that Feige said that they just wanted to kind of explore Spider-Man's detective,
why
skills.
Why?
I don't know. And that's why I think it's absolutely fake,
And he also wasn't really a detective because Yelena was like pretty much his guy in the chair. Like,
the most detective he did was 30 feet.
And that wasn't even like him. That was that was his,
that was his computer and stuff. Yeah.
So that wasn't even him.
I wanted to say that because I think it's absurd and I don't even believe it. It's probably just some made up stuff.
Yeah. That's just weird.
So now
pointless. Like I said, I'm not a huge comics guy, but I don't think I've ever heard or seen an iteration of Spider-Man where he's like a detective.
Yeah. Well,
I know he's a genius, but he's been more so on that sciencey, tech side of genius, not so much Batman detective work kind of thing.
But all good guys all heroes like that to a certain degree are trying to figure out how to maneuver and figure out how to stop the bad guys. I don't know. But anyway.
And in his own movie, he had his DeWolf, his cop buddy, and then Yelena. They were both feeding him info and helping him out. And so, I don't know. That's weird.
Anyway, so not to go off on a tangent on Jean. So we'll see how that is. I don't know if she's going to be, I don't know if they're going to mention, if anything, what's going to be funny is when you watch this, does Jean have warrants? Good grief.
We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about that last week, dude.
Is Professor X going to get it? New York Police Department. We need to see Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Well,
for one, what are you going to do against Jean Grey?
That's true.
That's true. Especially given her abilities in this movie, I don't think anyone is going to attempt that.
They're just going to let them warrants slide.
And I think that's another thing where we talked about it last week a little bit. With her, maybe there's some sort of deal that's worked out off camera where it's like, we're not going to arrest you, but there's a guy with a school.
Could be.
And
you got no choice.
So that could be like an off-camera thing where it's like clearly she's not going to get arrested, but a deal could be worked out where like she goes to Professor X's school and is like, this is your alternative. It's either forever or imprisonment or Professor X. So
one more thing on Jean. Did you see that theory about who was the guy in charge of damage control?
Oh, dude, forget his name all the time.
I know.
Metzer?
Something like Metzger?
Something like
that. Did you hear the theory that the reason why damage control took Jean was trying to find out how her power works so that she would be used to control Weapon X, the Weapon X program. Not just Wolverine, but the Weapon X.
Really?
And stuff. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. You know how that stuff floats around. I could see it, and I love it. But,
no, I didn't know that. That'd be pretty cool.
Because somebody said, right now Wolverine is part of the Weapon X program, during this whole time.
And there was a thing too. The Gauntlet, Shocker's Gauntlet, they renamed it something to. I could be tripping. I'm gonna go see the movie again, but like they renamed it to something with an X in it, and I think it had some kind of tie-in to Weapon X stuff. So
you never know, man.
You never know.
Kind of cool though.
You never know.
Think about it.
Did you know? Actually, we'll get to that in a little bit.
Who's next?
Kit Connor, Cyclops. I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know what he's been in.
He's been in some movies, and then he was in Warfare.
Okay,
but probably a bit player, you know. I don't know who he was.
That's that one war movie that came out recently.
The really good one. Yeah.
With Polk.
Yeah. Will Poulter.
Well, Will Poulter, not Polk. Will Poulter and
Eddie from Stranger Things.
Joseph Quinn.
Yeah. I don't know anything about him. We'll have to see.
I hate to be this guy. I don't even know if I want to say this. I guess we'll have to see. I think at that. I mean,
it depends on how they're going to write the dynamic. Not to cut you off. It depends on how they're going to write the dynamic of Scott. You know, as you know, there's always been. I think we've seen more in the movies the lovesick, kind of almost puppy dog to Gene, more than the true hardcore leader that he is. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, we've really seen young Scott a lot, but the James Marsden one was a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Next guy, I don't really know much about this guy. Christopher Abbott as Professor X. I don't know anything about him.
Dude's got a full head of hair, and I don't know what they're going to put a bald cap on him.
Well, I was about to say, and I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking, like, dude, you could stick any young bald guy in a wheelchair and call him Professor X, really. I mean, they did it with, he's not like, I don't know how old he was back then, but like they did it with James McAvoy. So, I mean, you can make it work, I guess, you know. I don't know. But, you know, I mean, they're going younger. They're going younger with all these guys, and I like that because it's just new. We haven't had an X-Men saga. We haven't had anything, so I think it's smart for them to start kind of with a younger cast to like use them more in the future long term, and not get like older people, so like they like retire sooner or whatever. So I like that they're using like a younger cast. Maya Boyd as Storm.
I don't know
anything about her.
I mean,
now the next one though, the biggest one in my opinion, Indy Neveready as Rogue.
She's getting so much hate, dude.
And I will say, and this is why I said earlier, I've been fluctuating a lot with these. I was on the hate train for a second, but then I started seeing like fan art of her as Rogue, and I was like, yeah, this will play. Like this might work out.
But it all depends on which Rogue we get, though, man. So now we get into the nerdum of it, you know, because the type of Rogue we get will depend on what kind of team we're getting. Like, are we getting that, you know, if it is a younger team? I mean, if you think about, you know, like one of the other ones that we're going to talk about, I mean, Rogue came along a little later.
Yeah.
You know?
Did she?
Yeah, she came along a little bit later. She wasn't necessarily right out of the gate. She was kind of a bad guy, too, if I'm remembering correctly. I think because there was a really good comic, the show. Is it not Wolverine and the X-Men? I can't remember. But anyway, where she kind of hung out with the Brotherhood of Evil, you know, Blob and Pyro and those guys. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. I think it all depends on which kind of Rogue we get. Everybody's putting in her in the yellow and green.
Yep, that's what I'm
short
saying.
Leather jacket.
Yeah.
And then the big old hair and all that.
I think she looks good. I
don't think they're going to do that.
I think she looks great when they did the fan art like that, and they like maybe AI'd her in the outfit, and it's like, oh yeah, like she looks great. I don't know how they're going to do. You think, I mean, would you be upset if they didn't go like the real Southern Belle X-Men 97 Rogue? Like,
kind of. Because
I feel like you have
she
to.
was.
Yeah, I feel like you got to.
That was
you know,
that's who she is.
I feel like she'll work. I feel like she would work with a dialect coach, and like she would kind of try to learn that heavy Southern accent. She's a phenomenal. You know who she is, right? From Obsession.
Yeah.
You think she'd be good?
She's good. I think she fits it better as Kitty.
Kitty Pryde. We talked about that the other day. When I told him about that, he was like, "That sounds good," but like Kitty Pryde, and I was like, "Yeah, that's not bad at all." Which we never really got to see. I don't know. I'm still watching the X-Men movies, and the two that I've seen, Kitty Pryde's only been teased. I haven't seen anything.
Oh no, you got to watch X-Men 3.
Yeah, see, I'm not there yet.
Oh man, who is it?
Oh.
Yeah, it's who was in the Odyssey,
yes.
And she
it's dog. Who is it? We just talked about this.
Yeah,
Ellen Page.
Elliot Page. Thank you.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Elliot Page.
Elliot.
Yeah.
But she was good, and I think she was good, and she's in Days of Future Past, you know, which is kind of a weird one because she has this little power set, and that's how she was taking people back in time. So I don't know why they did that, but that's what they did. So,
but yeah, I think Indy will be great. I think she's a great actor. I remember in an interview she did recently where she was asked, you know, about being in the MCU, and she was like, "Yeah, I grew up loving the X-Men," and she said she was a huge fan of Mystique. And I was like, no way. I was like, I don't think they'd cast her as Mystique. I was like, they need to cast her in a role where she's more present as herself. And so I thought it was cool. So when they did announce her as Rogue, I was on the fence, but then like we're saying, I think I'm starting to hop on the train a little bit. I think she looks good, and I think she will be good.
Yeah. It just depends on which one. And are we going to get Rogue, after she gets her powers and stuff?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But then there's, there lies in too that they are looking at making Captain Marvel 3, and Rogue's supposed to be in that. And so
Captain Marvel 3?
Yeah.
What's the
Marvel
second
3.
one?
They call the Marvels.
That's the second one?
I guess that's what they're calling it.
Okay. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I knew she was in it, but I didn't know that was the...
Yeah, because Rogue got her powers from Captain Marvel, and they were so powerful that they stuck, because when she touches somebody, that's when she absorbs their power, but it's not supposed to last that long.
Yeah.
That would be torment, man, because you get the memories, you get the power, you get all that stuff.
But
man.
So then what's the whole deal with her touching normal people and they just kind of go into some sort of shock and they are hospitalized?
She must take their maybe life force. I don't know, something hokey like that. Yeah. Because in the first movie, she touches that.
She kissed that guy, and then he's on the brink of death, and then
maybe it's not just necessarily absorbing powers. Maybe it on regular humans. Maybe it just jacks them up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
Because she's got to wear gloves. She wears those gloves the whole movie and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the next one too. I don't know much about this guy, Dad. This is more your thing, obviously, because just more. But Adam Driver.
Yeah, I think he will be super good. He was Star Wars. Kylo.
Yeah.
He's a real man. I would probably go on a limb and say that he's a method actor, and I think that he will be really good. I think if they do it right, yeah, man. I mean,
so
that's a crazy character.
Tell me, because I don't know much about Mr. Sinister. So from what you've read, where's he from? What's his origin? Kind of who is he?
I don't know enough, but there's been teasings of him and his corporation, Essex Corp. I mean, through all kinds of movies. In fact, I think even maybe some Spider-Man movie. I could be wrong, but yeah. So he is this big, geneticist would be an evil geneticist would be the best way to describe it.
Does he have powers?
I really honestly don't know enough.
I've seen
stuff. Yeah.
Animated comic pics of him and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, Adam Driver would crush it. Yeah. But it just looks wise, he looks good. But I don't know anything about the character as a whole and stuff.
If I'm correct too, he is hundreds of years old. Too.
Oh wow!
Because there was a storyline one time where they showed him back in some type of Victorian day or something like that. So, who knows, man? It depends on which they go. So,
yeah.
No,
that's cool. That's all I got for the X-Men stuff.
Well. Samara Weaving.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that last week. Samara Weaving and that was it actually. She was the first new X-Men cast. I don't really know anything about her. She was in this movie called Ready or Not. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. There's a thriller, like a comedy thriller, I think.
But she's super physical though, and she's pretty.
Yeah.
She's not afraid to get fit, active.
Yeah.
In movies.
Who did you say, Austin? We were talking about this at work one day. You kind of fan casted for her, and who?
Well, Sydney Sweeney was.
Sydney Sweeney, yeah, that was one of your fan casts for her too, and we talked about that literally coincidentally right before they announced Samara Weaving being her too. So I thought that was funny. But yeah, I mean that's the lineup. Now I guess the question is this just the X-Men going forward after Doomsday and Secret Wars? Because obviously we're still getting Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. We're getting James Marsden. I think we're getting, I always forget the actress's name, but we're getting OG Mystique.
Rebecca Romaine.
So, I mean, what kind of predictions do we make for what happens? Is Doom going to wipe out the X-Men? And then that's why we're having this reboot? Because I'm assuming this is 616 X-Men now, I mean, it has to be because we had Jean Grey on Tom's World. So I'm assuming this is Earth 616 X-Men.
So at the end of did you watch Marvels?
I did not.
Okay. That ends.
But I know the end scene with Beast and everything.
But I wonder if that's 616 because, they don't talk about Beast in this. We've got some characters that are kind of spread out and is I don't know, man, not to get too nerdum into it, but to have the White Queen, is she going to be a bad guy or is she going to be part of because Astonishing X-Men, she's part of the team. I don't know, man. Sometimes when they start throwing these X-Men movies around, to the true geek, I mean, you're just, which team are we going with? You know, where's Nightcrawler? Where's Iceman?
Yeah.
You know, supposedly
some of the bigger,
yeah, some of the original guys and stuff. You know, I almost wish they would have gone. I know, you know, First Class and all that kind of stuff, but man, it would have been pretty cool to see some like X-Men early day. X-Men.
But the Beast though, at the end of the Marvel, that's Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
Which is like OG Beast.
Mm-hmm. So are they waiting and just to?
They're not like going to reuse him, and there's no. I just
or maybe they're bringing all these new people on, and there'll be some additional ones. Maybe they'll bring Kelsey. I don't know, man. We'll just have to see.
Like a veteran X-Men or something.
Yeah,
there was some dude. As you said that, I thought of some. Have you seen that clip? And I think it was in She-Hulk because I was watching New Rockstar's video on it. Which if you don't watch them, you gotta watch that guy Eric Voss. He's a freaking genius, and whenever a trailer drops, he breaks it down. He'll turn a 2-minute trailer to an hour-long video, just breaking frame by frame. It's awesome. But there was a clip from I think She-Hulk where someone was reading a newspaper or online reading something, and on the right had an article, and it was like bar brawl, like man with iron claws, bar brawl, and it was almost like a little thing off to the side, and it's like, what else would that be? You know? And so I don't know what Earth She-Hulk is on, but I thought that little teaser was cool because I didn't watch She-Hulk, but I watched his video on this breakdown from this scene about it, because he was talking about the X-Men, and it said something about a bar brawl by a man with iron claws or something. I was like, oh, that's legit. That's so sick. Well, I mean, that's just a little cameo Easter egg thing. Who knows if they'll ever... Because, dude, do you think... Golly, let's do it. Let's fan cast. Do you think that they will eventually replace Hugh Jackman for an Earth 616 Wolverine? And who do you think it would be?
You know, they always talked about what's his name, Taron Egerton or something like that. Isn't that who that is?
I don't know who that is.
The guy from the Kingsman and all that or something. Is that who that is?
I've seen the Kingsman, but I don't know that guy's name.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill was always one of the bigger ones, which I think they won't do it. I mean, they'll go with someone probably older than these guys, you know, but like they're not going to go for like a 18, 20-year-old Wolverine, you know, you know, because like even in the very first X-Men movie from 2000, Hugh Jackman was like, he was an older guy, but you know, Rogue and Bobby, and you know, even Cyclops and Jean, like they're a little bit older, but they weren't like young. Like this is a young cast, so like they'll probably go for someone like that, where like it's a bunch of younger actors, but like they'll keep a Wolverine if they do recast. He'll probably be like 30s, maybe early 30s or whatever.
I mean, you know, truly, Wolverine looked, and he was definitely because he's over 100 years old or something like that.
Is he pretty? Is that true? Okay, I didn't know.
So you know, it's a healing factor and stuff. So no matter what team, I mean, you're never going to have a young Wolverine, you know, per se, but you know, so I don't know, man. I've kind of thought about that. Yeah. I couldn't even tell you who I think would be a good one. You know, do you go short? Yeah. Do you go short and stout? Do you kind of go?
Do you go comic accurate 4'9" Wolverine?
I know, you know,
dude. Did you know that, Austin? I didn't know that Wolverine, like comic accurate's like 5 foot.
Yeah, something like that.
He's like tiny.
Yeah, shorter, like almost 300 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, like way shorter. Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe would be good.
Oh, I've heard that. Who? Daniel Radcliffe.
Harry Potter.
Spectro Patronus. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that recently that people were talking about him, and I was like, really? I was like, no way,
dude. He'd have to beef up. He'd have to get 40 pounds of muscle, man.
Because he's a pretty short guy. So maybe that's why, because he's short, and I think they've seen him with kind of some scruff, and they're like, yeah, maybe. And I was like, I don't know, dude. It's when you think of him as Harry Potter, it's hard to think of him as anything else, you know?
I think that if they do a new Wolverine, mark my words, I think it'll just be some new, you know,
the no name,
like a no name.
Dude, imagine like a new no name guy, and is like his second role ever acting is just Wolverine.
Yeah,
and the standards you have when the guy before you was Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
Good.
You think he's good?
Yeah,
I know a lot of people. From what I've read, a lot of people he was hated on, kind of like the Heath Ledger thing when Heath Ledger was announced as Joker. Like people hated on him a lot, but you know now he's one of the most iconic character actors like ever. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I got for news, man. What else did you have? What else?
No, I mean nothing Nothing really. Just, I always like to pick up some different things. They're talking about Thunderbolts 2 and all that. And
really?
Yeah. They want to add the Abomination from She-Hulk, which was a pretty accurate Abomination, and trying to pull in some other.
Same guy, too, from the Incredible Hulk, too, was
Probably.
it not?
Yeah.
I think it was the same guy.
Yeah.
I did see some. It's a rumor, but rumor is they're trying to add Bullseye to the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that's it. Bullseye,
I don't
Abomination,
know.
Songbird, and somebody else.
Don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That'd be pretty cool. I love Bullseye though, dude. You gotta watch Daredevil season 3 and then Born Again season 1 and 2 because he's watched the first Netflix. Tell him what you've watched. You've watched the first one,
the first season, and parts of the second season.
Yeah, parts of the second season, but you didn't get to like the Bullseye, peak Bullseye from season 3 and then Born Again season 1 and 2, bro. Like after watching Daredevil Born Again season 3, I was like, I honestly I couldn't stand Bullseye. I thought his character sucked and I thought he was lame. And I was like, it's just a guy that just throws straight, like whatever. And then I watched Born Again season 1 and 2, and I was like, this might be one of the toughest villains I've ever seen. Like it's like a switch just flipped, dude. And I was like, this guy's legit, and he's one of my favorites. That's his thing. That's his Funko Pop up there. I was telling you about with the ski mask on, and then there's Daredevil next to him. But yeah, dude, you gotta watch it, man. Yeah. It's so good.
Love that guy.
And Wilson Bethel too. He's the actor. He's awesome. He's great. He's great. He's great.
Hey, have you seen that reel of that guy? And man, he gets shredded when he talks about if Storm came out with a standalone movie that
I sent that to you.
New. Yeah, you did. That's right, dude. I was cracking up. I watched more reactions to it, man, and it owns me.
It's awesome. I need to send it to you, but anyways, there was a guy who posted a video on TikTok talking about if they came out with a Storm, like the X-Men character Storm, if they came out with a Storm solo movie, that it would do. I don't want to miss to say what he said because I thought he said double, but he said that it would basically do more numbers than Spider-Man Brand New Day. And
what are they at about? 650? I can't remember. I thought it was a 6 and a 5 in the number for Brand New Day. So
$2 billion.
$2 million?
$2 billion.
$2 billion. Yeah.
Yeah. Domestic. Yeah. Probably 600 plus million.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Made more money globally, but or outside the US, but yeah, they're at $2 billion worldwide right now. And it's the fastest and the highest grossing, I think, solo hero project ever.
Wow.
So for a solo hero, it's done the most, and I think it's done the quickest. Because it's only been out. It's the 16th. It literally came out 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks, and it's done $2 billion. Is that not insane? There's no more, and dude, it's funny because I see so many TikToks where it's like, yo, there's no more big three. It's Spider-Man, and because the big three was always like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. That doesn't exist anymore. Mm-mm. It's like Spider-Man's in his own tier, and then you've got Batman, Superman. You know, like it's crazy. Just the impact and
for a 6.5 rated movie too, man.
Shut up, dude. This guy's pissing me off. He gave Spider-Man Brand New Day 6.5.
It's better than that.
You think so?
Yeah. But
shut up, Austin.
I was kind of disappointed with Jean Grey being the Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
Thank you, Puddin' Pop. Yeah.
That's Dad's biggest problem.
I was probably expecting for a Spider-Man villain to be in it.
What?
In Jean Grey.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw another reel the other day. I might have sent it, or you might have sent it to me, or whatever, that Spider-Man, it's the whole thing about Spider-Man. The Tom Holland Spider-Man's never truly had an arch nemesis bad guy in the movie and stuff. And it kind of made sense, but,
I don't, but because I watched that, and I guess to an extent the guy's right. But
I think, who
Mysterio.
Yeah. That's not like a.
I don't know.
That's nowhere near the tier of Green Goblin or Venom. I think Holland more than anybody, any of the other two, Garfield or Maguire, Holland would be the best one to bring Venom in.
Really?
I believe that 100%.
I mean, we've only ever seen it one other time, and it was with Spider-Man 3, which is, my least favorite Spider-Man movie. But
Yep.
But yeah, I agree. And, the more that I rewatched our episode last week and the more I kind of heard what you were saying, yeah, like I like the way that Brand New Day established that, it's been 4 years. He's been he's been being that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, that ground level, stopping these street level villains. And he's at the point in his Spider-Man career where he's, he's alone and he's broken, but he's established. He's well established. He's like a seasoned vet, like,
Mm-hmm.
like, but like he's a seasoned vet in being Spider-Man, but like he still has that broken loneliness to him where like, yeah, man, if they establish Venom in this movie, dude, it would have been legit, because it was the same thing with like, Spider-Man 3 was a little bit different because Spider-Man 3's whole character thing was like Peter was on top of the world. Like they had the parade for him. He was at his all-time high. His ego was inflated. It was huge. And then he got a hold of the symbiote and it just took over and it just made him this, cornball, really. But like, I think that, I think Brand New Day, the more I watched that clip, Dad, I was like, yeah, you were spitting. Like, this would have been a great movie to really incorporate the symbiote in.
And I think they could do it. I think they could still salvage it and do that. But I think, like I said, I think Holland would be the best Spider-Man to have a Venom storyline.
After seeing his maturity, too, just Tom Holland's maturity in this movie and seeing him grow throughout the last 10 years since Civil War, he's, I think that he would be the best one too.
And keep in mind, we can always hope too that that's what they were saving for Secret Wars.
They are,
because we talked about that.
Could you imagine, Austin? Could you imagine if they did Secret Wars and they didn't do the symbiote? Like, how disappointed would you be?
Pretty disappointing,
dude. It's the front cover. It's the focal point. It is like when you think of Secret Wars, as a nerd, like for me, I'm like, oh, symbiote Spider-Man. And that's maybe just because I'm a Spider-Man guy, but like, that's what I think about. And if they were to do that without the symbiote, dude, I would be like, what are we doing? And the Russo brothers are phenomenal. They've made banger after banger MCU movies. So it's like, they know what the fans want. They know what we want, and they know how to make a good quality movie. And to like completely miss out on that opportunity, I would be so mind blown. I'd be like, that'd be insane. Especially after not having a symbiote since Spider-Man 3, since 2007, almost 20 years. Actually, at that point, next year, 20 years, and we don't have a symbiote yet. And it's like, honestly, man, I don't even care about the symbiote as much as I care about wanting to see Spider-Man versus Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the most iconic, behind Batman and Joker, that's like the most iconic hero-villain rivalry of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And we got it for one scene for 15 minutes at the end of a garbage Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude,
if they
let me see some Spider-Man and Venom, bro. Like, come on.
If they would have took the budget for the CGI back then and they just got rid of Harry was a useless character. He didn't need to be in that at all. I understand Sandman for a little bit of the whole, if you wanted to, because, of course, of Uncle Ben getting killed and all that, whatever. But, dude, if they would have just
I forgot
more,
about that. That was kind of dumb.
If they would have just focused more on that storyline, I'm not saying Topher Grace wasn't a bad Eddie Brock, but he was a pretty bad Eddie Brock. But, I mean, I don't know. I think they could have done a lot more with that.
Would have been less cluttered. Honestly, not even like the CGI budget, man. Cut Harry. Don't cut James Franco. Cut Thomas Hayden Church. Use that money for some banger CGI on a good Venom and make him the main antagonist. Mm-hmm. Him, like the Thomas Hayden Church thing, the Sandman thing with him being the reason that his uncle died and it was a complete accident. That did nothing for the movie. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, what was even the point?
Mm-hmm.
Cut him out, cut Harry out, or make Harry a side character, whatever. But save some money and give us and they should have given us a good Spider-Man Venom thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could have kept Harry in. I mean, look at the cartoons, everything. He always has Harry by his side.
Yeah.
There's a Harry in just about every show that Spider-Man comes out with. But we didn't need to see all of that.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, let's segue, dude. What are some really bad opinions you have?
Yeah, come on, buddy. Other than that T-shirt you got on.
What's some, if you want to keep it Marvel related, or even just superhero related in general, what are some like unpopular opinions we can like yell at you for?
Black Widow was one of the worst Marvel movies.
Okay.
Do you think it was a bad movie, or do you think it was a bad movie because it was bad timing to bring that movie out?
Yeah. like with COVID, and then
Mm-hmm.
after Endgame where she's dead, was it a bad timing movie, or do you just think overall in general the quality of the movie's bad?
Just overall, the movie is just kind of
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not even that hot. I think a lot of people think that. I don't think that. I give it like a 5 or 6 out of 10. Like it's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah. I mean, it's.
I think people gave it a bad rap too, because just like I said, I think that it came out at a rough time, and I think that there was some type of lawsuit or something like that Scarlett had. I don't know if that's true at all, but I think that there was some type of lawsuit and everything because she was mad that it came out kind of in a bad time.
Yeah.
You know, we started getting out of the Marvel. Endgame was done. Everybody's kind of just settling back down, and then you run this movie out. Now, I like some of the characters. You like Red Guardian? Yeah, man. I want to see him. He's funny, man. David Harbour as Red Guardian, man, is great. You know.
I thought that was a good casting
choice. We got to meet finally Yelena. You know, that was pretty good. I don't like how they did the whole Red Room, Black Widow training and all that kind of stuff. That was a little weird.
Obviously, I think the elephant in the room for that movie was probably Taskmaster.
Oh yeah. Hated that, man.
A lot of people can't stand that.
Golly, they ruined
I don't know much about him, but I think he looks dope. And I think the things I have seen about him and I have seen him in, he's like a really cool, very, just a sick character.
Yeah, just one of those Marvel mercenaries that's just awesome, man.
Yeah, like even in the cartoon game or the that little side scroller game we were playing with him in it. I mean, it was just seeing him as like the like he was like the villain of that round that we were playing or whatever, and he was
the
cool.
later seasons of Ultimate Spider-Man, the one where it's him and Luke Cage and
Iron Fist Drake Bell, the Drake Bell one.
Dude, they start I forgot how good the later seasons are because there's a lot of Taskmaster chasing after them. Taskmaster's trying to recruit some of these other more obscure heroes because there's an episode with Squirrel Girl, Cloak and Dagger. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
Amadeus Cho getting in the Iron Spider and all that.
Mm.
It's just really good.
But
anyway, Taskmaster's
cartoons
great, man. Taskmaster is,
and they really did.
That bridge scene was tough, but I had no idea that it was going to be his daughter underneath the armor and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
What's another one, Austin?
Age of Neutron.
Age of Ultron.
I don't like that one really.
Yeah, no. Let's touch on that. What did you rate it on Circle Ranks?
It was like 4.8.
Get the hell out! Get out of my house now.
This is the one that pisses me off so much, dude.
Really?
Age of Ultron a 4.8, dude.
Dude, that was a monumental.
That's in my top 10.
Okay,
that's in my top 10.
What did you not like about it?
It felt rushed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pros of Age of Neutron. It was nice to see. It was nice to see Ultron finally get in the big screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know anything about fishing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't either. So when I saw that and I was like, "This is how he was created,"
mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh shoot!" I
didn't
know much about that.
Necessarily comic accurate. I don't even know that. So I was just kind of taking what they did in there. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Vision is no joke.
Yeah.
What else?
What do you like about it though?
Yeah. What do you like?
You were going on.
Scarlet Witch came in.
Mm-hmm.
And Silver Quick.
Oh, Quicksilver.
Yeah. But hey, that killed Silver Quick off.
Yeah. That was
I wasn't a fan of that. Because
mm-hmm.
I know that movie was kind of the only movie where you see his character arc and his development. Because obviously they started off pretty evil and then became good, later on. So so when he died, I was actually tore up. I was like, dang, dude.
Yeah, that's not even comic accurate and stuff, though.
Yeah, if you're gonna kill him off, do it in a better way, maybe.
The MCU changed Scarlet's entire power set and stuff, so that's what we know Scarlet for now is all that dark magic stuff, which she eventually gets into in the books and stuff. But she had what was called a hex power, and I don't even know if she was necessarily a mutant, or anything. But anyway, I wasn't a big fan of how they brought both of them on.
And aren't they're twins to Magneto, right?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Related to Magneto?
I thought they were the son and daughter of Magneto. So I guess knowing that, in a way, their character introduction could have been a little rushed because obviously back then we weren't getting X-Men movies canon to the MCU, so they kind of just threw them at us with no background of who they are, where they come from and stuff. And maybe they said something and I just didn't hear it or I just don't remember where they kind of hinted at where they're from.
Well, remember they were in an end credit scene. Remember that? I can't remember which one it was, but they were in an end credit scene where you saw I want to say it was the first Avengers. It had to have been.
Really?
Because you saw Strucker, Baron von Strucker, the little guy with the monocle and all that.
Oh,
and
he
then,
was in X2. He was the guy of X2.
You saw like this padded room, and you saw Quicksilver kind of jolting back and forth.
Oh.
And then right next to him was Scarlet Witch, and she was doing some kind of thing with.
I feel like I did see that.
Yeah,
I just don't remember what it was too.
Man, was it one?
Avengers one?
Maybe it was. Maybe it was Avengers.
I don't know. Maybe
I could probably look it up.
Yeah, forgot about that.
But anyway, so that was about all that they truly hinted at them. You know? So
yeah,
I don't know what else.
You got one more good one?
Not really.
Those are your two hottest ones, you think?
Yeah.
Got
Gotcha.
you.
All right, you guys want to hop into the next one?
Sure.
All right, so we're going to do an agree or disagree segment. Shout out the Escape Pod. They've done this a lot, and dude, it's always fun watching them do it, so I thought we would kind of do our own little version of it. Same thing. We got whiteboards that we're going to use, and I took some statements that I found online. I'm chronically online, so I was finding statements and things that people said that I didn't agree with, that I did agree with, and so I wrote down, I kind of summarized some of them, and I wrote them down so we can agree or disagree, and get all of our opinions on this. So, yeah. Oh, your eraser fell?
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
I don't know where.
Oh, it's right there by your foot, in front of your foot.
Somebody help Austin.
Brief intermission. There you go.
We need to talk about that Doom trailer too, man. I'm looking.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. We definitely need to talk about that.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for the first one?
Yeah.
James Gunn's DCU has more potential than the current MCU. James Gunn's DCU has more potential than the current MCU. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Disagree
Heavy too.
Okay.
Disagree heavy. And that's no shade towards James Gunn. I just think the current slate of like what he's got going on in terms of movies that are coming out, none of it compares to what the MCU's doing. You know what I mean? I think with Spider-Man being the success that it is, and we've got Doomsday and Secret Wars around the corner, and then now we've got Ghost Rider, Black Panther 3, and X-Men coming out all within the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because the question said current MCU. And with all that stuff being planned, I'm like, I don't think there's any other franchise that's doing it right now that's like...
I saw Reel too, not to get too much off on a tangent of this, but to kind of piggyback a little bit what you're saying. I saw this reel about this. It was a lady, that I guess has her own little thing and talks about movies and all that kind of stuff. And she kind of made sense a little bit. She was talking about how that she feels that people are getting exhausted by the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're starting to get we're getting away from a lot of the fun. Now, I'm not saying I necessarily believe this, but that we're getting away from the fun of movies and it's starting to get on all these real kind of twisted storylines with multiverses, this and that and that and this.
You're talking about fatigue, huh?
Yeah, they're talking about just because they don't understand it. And one of the guys commented, said, "Look, it's not that hard to really understand."
Yeah.
And I mean, you have fun in the movie as much as you want to have fun. There's still action and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't necessarily think that, but I understand how people could get to that opinion,
Yeah.
Because even that, I mean, if you're watching the Loki show, have you seen that?
No.
I need to watch it too.
That blows my mind a little bit and stuff like that, because, but you got to remember too, just like we were talking about, all of that stuff was leading up to where it should have been Kang's dynasty and all that stuff. So then they had to kind of flip it. And I think that's why they had to change so much to incorporate back in all of that time stuff and everything. Cause at the time of Doom, Loki's sitting, pretty much in as the head of the time thing.
He's holding the branch.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, just something, little fact, which kind of struck me a little bit.
Let's see. I'm gonna pick like 2 more. I wrote down a few, but I'm gonna pick the best ones. And this honestly could have a little bit to do with what you were just talking about. Box office numbers mean nothing.
Oh man, you know how I feel.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Agree.
Absolutely. I think people.
That's a very easy question to answer.
Yeah, I think a lot of people too, and I've been guilty of it too, and I think all of us have. But sometimes you kind of look at box office numbers and you focus too much on them, and you're like, "Dang, this movie must suck," and it kind of prevents you from going to actually checking it out yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you flip that around too. I think there are plenty of great movies that, even though there wasn't a tremendous box office success, it's still a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a good example of that is like Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts was great, but it didn't make a lot of money. And so I think that's just an example of how like box office numbers just don't mean anything at all, really.
Yeah. But like we've always said too, in this day and age too, the more negative that you spit at something, the more negative criticism, it's almost like that's what people look for more than anything else.
Yeah.
So it makes it kind of, yeah, absolutely. Plus also, how many times have you ever watched the Academy Awards and the Best Picture? There's like 2 or 3 of them that I had no idea ever came out.
Yeah.
Ever. And I'm not saying that may not be everyone, but that's so many times, and I'm like, what the heck? So critically acclaimed movies, and doesn't necessarily mean that it was going to make a ton of money.
Like when I look up movies on like Rotten Tomatoes, because we'll talk about at work all the time, Rotten Tomatoes and money and all this, like the audience score and like the popcorn meter or whatever, that's what you want to look for. Don't look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, because that's like what critics have to say. Most of the time, critics don't know what they're talking about. So, because there are plenty of movies where the audience score is like a 90, 85, 80%, which is great. And then the Rotten Tomatoes like a 20 or 30%. And I'm like, you just got a bunch of critics who criticized a movie that wasn't their cup of tea, but then obviously the demographic or the general audience loved it. And it's like, that's what you want to go off of, because that is you. The Rotten Tomatoes score is not you. The popcorn meter and the audience score are the people like us that are watching the movie that enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So you can't really go based off those types of numbers either.
Like I'm a pretty simple, Austin. I'm like a real simple movie watcher, man. If I like it, if there's a lot of action, all that stuff, man, I'm good. I mean, what are some things that you pay attention to out of movie? I know that sounds like a silly question, but I mean, do you look at the writing? Do you look at the art, locations?
Art.
Yeah.
Acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big. That's real big too.
Gotta have some good actors in it.
Cinematography.
Cinematography, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. That's why I love, that's why I love like Lord of the Rings so much, where they filmed it and all of that. Dude, I love watching those big, just huge landscape shots that they did and all of that. Man, I love it.
Yeah.
And soundtrack.
Soundtrack's big too, man. Good score. You can't go wrong with a good, especially if Hans Zimmer's at the helm of it, dude.
Zimmer,
you know it's about to be a banger.
Danny Elfman, of course, the legendary John Williams, who did all the Star Wars. Yeah. Come on. I got you.
That's big too. And I like that you said acting, because like a movie can have, for me, I don't know why, but a movie can be great with writing and stuff, and like all the elements can be great. But dude, if there's like a couple bad actors and I notice like splotchy acting, it almost takes me out of the movie. Because like I'm not as, like sometimes you don't really like feel the character as much. And when I notice bad acting, I'll sit there and I'm watching, I'm like, God, this is just hard to watch. Like I get real kind of cringed out almost when I watch bad acting. So that's a pretty big one for me too.
Do you think who do you think, and you could just go ahead and say it, we're sitting there in Avengers, we see the first Avengers. I mean, who do you think was let's start with the best. Who do you think was just the best actor in that?
The first Avengers movie?
Yeah. I mean, we all know that everybody is probably going to shout out RDJ first.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
But, if we're not going to go RDJ, I'd probably say...
I mean, Ruffalo was good.
Yeah, Ruffalo was good. I mean, they're all good. I don't think there was any... Because they're all, like, A-list actors. Like, they're all phenomenal actors. But...
Hiddleston.
I was about to say Loki was up there for me. Tom Hiddleston was up there for me in actors I noticed. Yeah. Who's your favorite actor? Do you have one? Like someone that you love his movies a lot?
I bet it's a man.
In the Marvel movies?
Just anybody.
Morgan Freeman's one of them.
Oh, yeah, man.
Just
look at that. Yeah. Just go.
I can't think of any more.
Yeah.
There's a bunch
of them.
Yeah,
there is a bunch of them. Morgan Freeman's great. I love Andrew Garfield. Not even just because Spider-Man. I saw more stuff of him, and he's just such a versatile actor, man. He's phenomenal.
Hacksaw Ridge, he did good.
Absolutely phenomenal.
That movie. We need to do a war movie segment. Man, I can't wait to see that new one with Eastwood.
The one that you sent me.
Yeah.
That movie looks great. With and it's got Tom Hanks on in it. Colin Hanks, and then
I would imagine Tom probably had something to do with that because Tom's always got stuff behind some of these big war flicks and all that. Have you watched The Covenant? You need to watch The Covenant.
Is that good?
Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Oh, I love Jake Gyllenhaal. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this one. We're going to do this one. This will be the last one, and then I'll save some of these for another time. But because I do want to talk Doomsday, but I'm very passionate about this one. So going strictly off of the source material automatically makes a movie good. Specifically speaking for, comic book movies and stuff, going strictly off of the source material automatically makes the movie good.
Austin's writing his shopping list.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Somewhat agree.
Ooh, okay.
All right, I like that answer.
Yeah.
Austin. Can you elaborate? What do you mean by that? Because I might agree with you.
Like staying true to the character. Yeah. But there is a I think a need to have to tweak some things from like some of the written material, like from the comics and everything. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah.
I'm really passionate about this because my thing is, and this isn't because I don't read a lot of comics. I just started recently, but there's always the main argument of he or she's not comic accurate. That's not comic accurate. This isn't comic accurate. And it boggles my mind that, and it almost goes to what you were saying earlier, Dad, about how like people focus on these negatives so much that when something is slightly off or it's not as accurate to the source material, then it's bad and all this stuff. And I'm like, nothing has to be 1000% accurate to be a good movie. You can make great comic book movies that have a little bit of a different director's twist to it, that stays true to the character, that makes a movie good. Now, I will say there are aspects to certain said comic book movies like the Taskmaster thing where it's like, yeah, that's not the greatest, like, yeah, obviously that wasn't the best decision in the world, but I think, because in my opinion, Black Widow was not an awful movie because of that. And I think that there's plenty of examples of movies that don't go absolutely bar for bar to what a comic book shows. And because of that, people like the diehard, comic book guys are like, no, it's just not comic accurate. Like, it's not good because of that. And I'm like, first of all, dude, you know how many comic lines and different iterations of Spider-Man there are where because Spider-Man wasn't exactly like this in this comic, they made a movie based off of this one where he's a little bit different, a little bit edgier, whatever. Like there's just so many different things. I can go on and on and on about it, but that's just my thing where there's too many comic lines to say, oh, this one's bad because it doesn't follow this one specifically or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So let me tell you, though, my take a little bit because you're even wearing a shirt like that with him on there. But Shang-Chi, I wasn't happy that they switched it to the 10 rings instead of the 10 finger rings. And that's exactly what they did. They tweaked it. They changed it from and you know what I'm talking about, right? In the movie, the rings that go flying and whacking dudes. No, they had the 10 rings that you wore on your fingers, and each one of them had certain powers and stuff. Killer, way cool storyline. And the rings were actually on the Mandarin, which I did not like, that they punked the Mandarin, the Ben Kingsley, the guy
in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, Iron Man 3. And then he was back in Shang-Chi. All that. So, we haven't had, and the Mandarin was always a heavy Iron Man bad guy.
Yeah.
And they, I hated that, I didn't like that at all. And then there was a number one, there's, the whole Miss Marvel thing. I hated the fact that, all right, Miss Marvel wears like this bracelet, now, I'm talking about Miss Marvel, the girl. that stretches and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, they totally changed her whole power set. So they changed that. She wears this bangle, which turns out to be a quantum band, which we won't even get that deep into all of that. And she creates this almost like a construct instead of her actual hands and feet, because she's kind of got like a Mr. Fantastic kind of stretchy thing.
Yeah.
So they changed all that. That's why in the Marvels, the bad guy in that movie was trying to find the two bangles. And they found out that Miss Marvel had one, and that's where she got her power from. Hated that, because Miss Marvel, her powers came from the Terrigen Mist, and I'm nerding out a little bit, but the all of that stuff. So I get it, but man, sometimes there are some pretty bad tweaks that
and
sting.
Yes,
you know?
And I agree. I totally agree. But I'll even give you an example that I didn't find a problem with. Is, for example, I guess the original origin of Ultron was a Hank Pym thing.
Yeah.
But I think to fit the MCU with how RDJ is and just who his character is in the MCU, I thought it made total sense for how Ultron was made in the context of Age of Ultron. So it's like, even though they didn't go strictly to the Hank Pym, route, I still thought it worked really well with how the MCU is and how they handled it in the context of that movie. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree. There's definitely things where it's like, like the Shang-Chi thing and the Miss Marvel thing, like I totally get it, but I also think that there's so much good in movies where it's like, just because something's not book to screen accurate, that like there's other elements to it that are great. You know what I mean?
And I could even deal with the rings. I can deal with the bangles. I really wasn't a big fan of Bryan Singer when he was doing the X-Men, and he would take a mutant, he'd take 3 mutants and roll it into one, and different things. I wasn't a big fan of that, but again, they're going to take those kind of liberties and try to make them work in the movie.
Yeah. So I get it. You want to talk Doomsday?
Let's talk
Doomsday, man.
All right. Have you seen
the trailer?
You seen the trailer?
I've watched Doomsday trailer twice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What do you think about it?
Yeah. What's your takeaway?
It looks neat.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you like about it? You like the way Doom looked in it?
Yeah, it has that dark feeling to it, like the comic books.
Yeah, very dark. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're going to see, and I think it's going to be one of those movies that you're going to see from all kinds of different levels, things like that. But the rumors and all that stuff that's coming out about him, golly, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
What do I got? I even got a list here. Okay. Him looking at that, Doom has a lot of different kind of backstories that people are speculating. And when he's touching that mural.
You think it's him and his mom?
People say it's
his wife and
or people say that it may be the wife and kid.
I don't think so. I think, and this is again the comic book thing. I know there's a panel where Mephisto takes his wife or takes his mom. I think it could be a route of like his mom, and like that's him.
Yeah,
I think that makes the most sense.
Obviously,
think so too. We don't know what we know nothing about what could be going on, but I think it makes the most sense of that to be a mural of him and his mom, especially after his mom is taken by Mephisto.
Yeah.
So that's what I think it could be.
And like I said, Doom got a lot of his magic side from, he's tremendously a tech genius and all that stuff, but he's also, when all that stuff happened, he started really kind of getting into the dark arts and stuff like that. Because some of the stuff that you see, they were relating it to the black kind of smoke aura kind of stuff that you saw in Agatha Harkness, and as well as Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
So you started seeing that same sort of magic, and so that's what they're kind of going off of. So yeah, fantastic.
One thing, go ahead. One thing that I appreciated was and that I liked was at the beginning you get that little monologue of Sue Storm.
Yeah.
And I like that they established that they already have a history with him. So that Fantastic Four is from Earth 828 or something, 818-828. And so I like that they established that that they've known Victor for a long time, and that this isn't just a random Doom or Victor Von Doom that no one knows about. No, like Reed and Sue clearly have a history with this guy.
Well, the old
Victor
FF movies, they worked.
They were
things. So
exactly
something like that. Yeah.
So I think it'll be something like that. Well, they'll touch on maybe because they're gonna have to go with his origin. Like if they did that without either explaining his origin or no one knew who Victor Von Doom was, that would be terrible. So I'm glad that the new trailer establishes a little bit of backstory with Sue and Reed knowing him in the past, kind of similar to the original Fantastic Four movies because they worked together and all that. So I did enjoy that. But I will say a lot of the trailer was kind of stuff that we've already seen. You know, the only new thing that we saw was that old relationship or friendship established between him and the Fantastic Four, and you saw him, man. He tossed Stormbreaker like a toy. Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna tell you, I've always hated that Stormbreaker.
Really?
I don't like it.
What does that look like in the comic books?
It's like a half hammer. Have you ever seen it? It's like a shorter It's like a shorter handle, and it's got an axe edge, and it's kind of got a little hammerhead thing on this side.
That's what Stormbreaker is, though, right?
Yeah, but it's big old broom handle and all
held
that
together
kind
by
of stuff.
Groot's.
Yeah.
It's held together by Groot's arm or whatever.
I hate it.
You don't like that?
No, I like the axe head and everything, but the fact that they made, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
It is what it is.
I think it just also fit well with the context of Infinity War, with Groot being with them and how they needed something to attach them with the axe head and everything and the hammerhead. So they were like, so
part of the story.
With the context of the movie, it's kind of is what it is. But I get it. Him jumping out of the thing though.
When he did the spin come down?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up with that?
So
that's crazy.
They said something about if you look at the window on one of the behind the scenes things and you see the guy that's playing Thing, they think that the Thing just punched him or something. But then there's another thing of they think that flying off this way is Mjolnir. Flying.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
He's trying to catch Mjolnir as he was coming out of the window. And I think that they slowed it down and you see that black smoke. And I think that he changes and gets into some type of battle armor stuff. Like he changes out from midair. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying that's what they were thinking.
I'll have to look that up.
You'd have to, they were circling it and looking and seeing. Yeah. I don't know if that's just debris, but they were speculating that it was Mjolnir and stuff. So I don't know. There was a guy on there that was talking about some of the ridiculous stuff, like his cape things. And he said, "Man, they got the symbol of Captain Marvel. Man, it ain't nothing. The idiots online, man. That ain't nothing.
Just reaching, man. Reaching to reach.
I do believe this though, that I think we're gonna get a great X-Men and Toby Spider fight.
You think that? Austin, do you think they're gonna do that? Have you heard that rumor? The X-Men fighting Tobey Maguire Spider-Man at the beginning?
No.
You don't think? Have you heard it, or you don't think it'll happen?
It's a 50-50.
I mean, it is, but it's just such a reach. I don't know who just decided to come up with that theory, and because there's no, I don't think there's any like trailer proof or any trailer evidence. Now I don't know. Like I said, I watched New Rockstar's video, and when they show that shot of, it looks like what is it? I guess Manhattan, where Central Park is. Like it looks like New York, but just exploded. The assumption that I have seen online is that's Toby's New York, because apparently that's the whole thing.
Yeah, that where like Reed is yelling at Victor, like, "Did you do this?"
Like he was like, "Did you do this? Why did you do this?" or whatever. Like I think, that's probably has something to do with it, but I don't know.
No.
I just don't know.
What else?
What else was in that trailer? I mean, it was just like shots of like, we got a shot of Chris Evans again of Thor. You really just saw more shots of Doom. You saw him out at his like throne with the ground glowing and everything, and then you see him at the mural, which I swear that's just him and his mom, and then
they said that he had a different mask on, then he changed to the mask. There was a theory on there about it being like a nicer mask, and then it got changed. Then,
are you talking about the end of Fantastic Four?
Well, that's what they were saying. that have been Doom at the end of that with that nicer mask? Because that at the end of Fantastic Four looked like he'd been to Halloween Town and just bought a
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, Spirit Halloween and bought a mask.
Yeah. Well, no, people are saying that's like a Latverian witch because the costumes of the Latverian witches that were on display at
San
Diego were the same mask that was being held. But when Franklin at the end of Fantastic Four is like touching his face, people think that it is Dr. Doom because no, wait, that wouldn't make sense. Sorry. People were saying that was Dr. Doom because Franklin recognizes Victor, but they had Franklin during Fantastic Four. So well, I guess that doesn't mean anything necessarily because whatever the time jump is, you know, they had Franklin in Fantastic Four. Maybe they still had some sort of friendship relationship with Doom up until now when everything hit, when, you know, crap hits the fan. So maybe something did happen during the time jump where like Franklin does know him. So like when he's taking his mask off and he's like kind of feeling on his face, maybe it is him. I don't know. I saw that rumor.
Who knows? What else was on there? Man, so much.
Yeah, there's just a lot.
Yeah. And there was something else.
Do you like that green like magic thing he did to pull Thor like off of him?
Yeah. You know, I still think just like they did the Hulk. I don't know, man.
You think they punked him too?
I hated Fat Thor in Endgame. What'd you think about that?
Hated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. I think they, you know, I think they are probably going to somewhat nerf. I don't know, man. I feel bad sometimes that they've did that to Thor and Hulk and stuff like that. I don't know. Could Shang-Chi beat up the Hulk, you think?
Probably the Disney version, but Brand New Day, no.
Brand New Day, the Disney version of Hulk. That was real. You're definitely
good. That was good, man. That was good. But yeah, so I do like that scene, and I'm wondering what's going on with where Johnny is holding on. Johnny looks all battle and everything, and he's holding on to little Franklin.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen there, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Oh, we were talking about this earlier for the news. Hugh Jackman coming back, maybe.
Yeah. I wonder if that's
You think that'll happen?
I don't know. There's a reason why they did all that, man. You know?
Yeah, it'd be weird for them to go through to go out of their way to make that video and to write that, you know, make that video, especially with Ryan Reynolds also being in the video behind the camera.
Yeah.
It'd be weird for them to do all that just to like get everyone's hopes up and then it not happen. So I think at the absolute most he'll be a cameo.
And it could very well be just the big if that does come down to it, where however the incursion, and they're in Toby's New York. And you know,
yeah,
there was something where they even showed some poster. I've never seen a poster yet with Toby in the good Iron Spider.
That's not gonna happen.
Suit.
That's not gonna happen. I think you mentioned that theory a couple episodes ago, and I was like, that's not gonna happen.
I don't think so either.
They shouldn't waste the good Iron Spider suit on like 5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah,
you know, make that like a good thing, or make it like an actual thing. Not like 5 minutes of Tobey Maguire wearing it. That'd be so stupid.
But yeah, so he could very well make a, make an appearance, because they say that Tobey kills him.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
I thought they killed Tobey.
Yeah, they do, but I thought there was something that said they killed Wolverine.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
No way. After getting him in 2024, and then him like, dude, I'll do this till I'm 90. No way they kill him off now. That'd be stupid.
Well, but yeah, I don't know, man.
With the new X-Men, you never know.
I don't put a whole lot of stock into those rumors and stuff, but other than that, So,
all right.
Well, who does? Let me see here. Let's do a couple of these real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go.
Street tier, right?
Street tier fighters.
Street tier fighters only.
Street tier fighters only.
Mm-hmm.
All right, including Spider-Man, stuff like that. You know, Daredevil versus Luke Cage. Just fighting, no rings.
Probably Daredevil win.
Yeah. Think so?
Are you being biased, or you think he would?
Without all the extra stuff that Nicolas Cage has,
I
think Daredevil will win.
Daredevil win? Fair.
Think so? I got you.
What about Shang-Chi versus Blade?
Ooh,
who wins that one?
Probably Shang-Chi.
You think so?
Because of the rings.
He
turned his head around so fast.
Without the rings, Blade wins.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
He said without the rings.
Yeah, I know. Blade's strong, stuff like that. But, oh, man, I don't know if he's got the same fighting prowess as Shang-Chi could take care of himself, rings or not, you know.
You think so?
They say he's the top tier martial artist in the entire MCU. I don't know.
That train bus scene was so tough.
Yeah.
In the first 30, 40 minutes, it was super tough. I had another one too. What about Daredevil versus
Oh, was that a Daredevil one? The last one we were talking about? I thought we were talking about Shang-Chi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did. Daredevil versus Luke Cage.
Yeah,
I forgot about Luke Cage. What about Oh my gosh. Old girl that was in Born Again season 2.
Electra?
No, she was in Born Again.
Jennifer Jones?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about
Jessica Jones?
Jessica Jones. What about Jessica Jones versus Daredevil? Like if they actually fought. Daredevil. You were quick to answer that one. Daredevil.
I get you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Don't know much about Jesse James.
Jessica Jones. Close enough.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah. You pick. Honestly.
I mean,
yeah.
It's all
It's
you.
up to you, brother.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
I mean, she's got some. I'm trying to remember. She was experimented on or something like that, but she's got some
strength,
some pretty heavy duty strength and stuff like that, and durability and all that kind of
stuff.
They
didn't do a great job at showing that in the season, because remember she kind of went through this little crisis thing where she couldn't.
Yeah, she was losing her powers,
which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But because she's in the second season of Born Again. But
all right, street tier.
Yeah.
Okay, just fighting. Daredevil or Wolverine.
Wolverine.
You think so?
You think so?
Yeah, that's years of training there.
Yeah. Can't really kill him.
Claws too.
No claws though. I'd probably still.
No claws. I would take Daredevil. No claws.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
For fighting?
Yeah.
But he still has the adamantium skeleton.
I mean,
Dude.
Sure.
Remember in X-Men 1, whenever he punched somebody, plink, and like you.
Oh yeah.
Plink. Oh, that was crazy.
You know he weighs like 300 pounds.
Something. Yeah, he's big.
He weighs like 400 pounds because of that skeleton.
Because of that stuff.
I found that out recently.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Well,
man.
What's that?
I had another one, like a good one, but it wasn't Daredevil. Oh, let's do. I was gonna say, because we see it in the trailer, Shang-Chi or Gambit. Who do you think wins that fight in the movie? You think he's gonna win it? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rings versus that kinetic power charging up. Ooh.
And he's got the staff in the movie too.
Man, that's a bold take. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be good, man. Anything else?
I don't have anything.
I don't either, man. I mean, we've really kind of
covered everything.
Got a lot of stuff. Just keep our eyes open for any more trailers, and just kind of, we could talk more. We still got some time, and we could talk more about some of the theories and all that good stuff. So that'll be fun.
That's really the funnest part, dude. Is talking about what could happen. So
yeah.
Austin, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah,
means a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Man.
Thanks for coming to hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Guys, thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Like that said, we're gonna probably dig deep into more theories over time, because I know within the next few months we'll probably get some more stuff to dig into. But like always, subscribe, and then we got the Discord in the bio. So join that. Give us some ideas. And,
always looking for new ideas.
Always looking for new ideas.
Critique, all that good stuff.
So we just want feedback, negative, positive. We take all the constructive criticism well, because we want to be the best we can be for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.